Have you experienced the Mandela Effect? In this episode, we will go over a variety of Mandela effects being discussed online. When it comes to terrible music soccer moms jammed to in the 1990s, Breakfast at Tiffany's had to be among the worst. It has the music video where the guy is riding a horse in the city, but if I want my city horse riding, I'm getting it from True Lies.
Sorry.
Not sorry. This Mandela Effect is brought to us by the comments section.
Also, Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something is now saying Breakfast at Tiffany.
When listening to the chorus, what do you hear? I don't hear an S at the end of Tiffany.
I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany? She said, breakfast at Tiffany.
Some people believe the S sound is there, but it is tacked on to the S in She Said. I slowed down this part and it's difficult to hear a separate S. But after slowing it down even more, I thought I could hear one. I listened to this song far too many times doing this video and loved every moment of it.
It's comprised of abnormal cells that shouldn't be in the brain, and they form a mass.
This S phenomenon is what friend of the channel Chrissy believes is happening here. She had this to say about it.
There's definitely an S after Tiffany's. It's breakfast at Tiffany's, she says. You just maybe don't hear it because you're listening to she. But it's right there. It just mushes together. It's there. It makes no sense for it to not be. Who's just Tiffany? It's at her place. So it's possessive.
Let me know what you hear being said. Is the S silent, or did this just scramble your eggs?
I don't want lunch. I want breakfast.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm really sorry.
Dino-sizing. For just a little more, get dino-sized fries and a large drink in one of 6 free Jurassic Park collector packs. Dino-sizing. Dino-sizing.
This Mandela Effect takes us to the lovely land of cloned reptiles, made by Insects and Sap, and Jeff Goldblum.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
There are many great and memorable scenes from this film.
Oh, thank you, baby. This is so cute. Ice cream so good. Hi, yeah.
Ice cream, yum. Cheeky balls. Ice cream, yum. Once we get to 350, I'll leave. I promise. Stinky swear.
No spicy.
And an early use of well-rendered CGI blended with practical effects. The dinosaurs, of course, but what gets me is this scene where they used it to place the actor's face over the stunt person's. It is subtle uses of CGI like this that I would love to see more of in modern films and less of whatever this is.
So a couple of years ago, I went to Jurassic Park's IMDb page and found some people discussing a scene towards the end that they hadn't seen since theatrical release. The T-Rex at the end bursting through the wall, destroying it, then continuing to kill the raptors and save the main characters. At the time, I didn't even remember having seen a shot of the Rex entering the building at the end, much less tearing a hole in the wall, but later popped in the movie. And as a matter of fact, there it was. But what instead was bursting through the wall? The Rex just walked through a huge open hole in the wall covered in tarp. I have watched this movie hundreds of times, basically had the script memorized. But there was this very obvious shot that I have never seen before. So what happened? I didn't even remember the scene. Other people remember it differently. Memories from 3 universes? Does anyone else remember the T-Rex just popping up and surprising you? Or do you remember it crushing a wall? Or just waltzing through a tarp sheet?
I remember this scene having such an impact on me the first time I saw the T-Rex save the day and the way the banner fell as the T-Rex roared. But does this scene seem different to you? When rewatching it, I noticed that the same hole in the wall where the T-Rex enters is the same way one of the raptors gets inside. I must admit, something does feel off about this scene when seeing it again. Do you remember the T-Rex walking in through the hole in the wall with Lethal Weapon 2 plastic?
What are you doing? Oh, just checking to see if I was standing on plastic.
The Jurassic Park Extra Value Meal.
Okay, let's see.
Is it still behind us?
Oh yeah.
When it comes to the Jurassic Park logo, what do you recall? Many people believe the logo was originally yellow, but now has changed to red. When looking for residue, I was able to find this poster that had sold on eBay. I also found a button, sign, a VIP visitor's pass from a Jurassic Park Legacy kit, trading cards, and even the 30th anniversary of the film had a logo where the background was yellow. Because I found so many, you are probably thinking, well, of course the logo is yellow. But it is much easier to find the logo with the red background. I watched the film to refresh my memory of what logo was shown in the movie. In the opening scene, the employees have the yellow background on their uniforms and hard hats. The Jeeps also have the yellow on the license plates. But of course, let me know what you think about this down in the comments below.
When the Field Museum unveiled the skeleton of Sue the Tyrannosaurus Rex in 2000, it quickly became an icon.
And if you can't get enough of dinosaur Mandela effects, there is one dealing with the Tyrannosaurus Rex named Sue. This famous T-Rex is in the Chicago Field Museum, and many people do not remember this bone belly part of the skeleton. When looking at other fossils, I did not see this section of bones. There is also Scotty the T-Rex.
This massive creature named Scotty weighed an estimated 20,000 pounds. That's about 8,000 pounds more than the average T-Rex.
It's just like, wow, this thing, it's huge, like massive.
Who has the same bony undercarriage. Does this Triceratop your list? Or is it just a dull roar?
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
Big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
Weird. So, social issues I try to get in the background or underlaying a plot, but never to the point of letting it interfere with the story or hitting the reader over the head.
Long before Disney was pandering to a subservient subculture, they used to make films starring badass women with the agenda of telling a good story, or rewriting one and doing a good job at it, especially if the story could definitely use one. Before Disney started forcing diversity into their films, they were already making them, one of those movies coming out in 1995 and leading us
just around the river bend.
Pocahontas.
She is also the first to technically not be a princess, as she is not of royalty, nor does she marry into royalty. She is, however, a chieftain's daughter, which can arguably be the equivalent of a princess.
Does this image look correct to you? Many people remember Pocahontas looking just like this. If you missed it, Don't worry, you're no lowbrow. Her eyebrows are red. That's right, Pocahontas has red eyebrows. To many people, this looks bizarre and not like they remember. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to send the like button to an alternate universe, and let me know down below if any of these Mandela effects made you question your reality. And could we be living in a simulation?
As someone who still eats cosmic brownies, yes, they have the line in the middle. Y'all are tripping. There's still a line on cosmic brownies. There's 2 different sizes. I am holding a cosmic brownie in my hand with a line in the middle. I've taken pics also in case it's actually that rare. The brownie thing could be a case of region, or just a gradual change. I definitely recall them. That's because there's a version of those brownies with a line still. It's just not that popular. Clicked on the video because what the f did you do to the cosmic brownie?